So I just want to make that very clear. Your experiences has been a powerful experience, and you're just speaking on your experience.
Yeah, I am. Well, actually, we have two great examples. The twins right here.
See, that's the thing that goes without saying, but you gotta say it though.
I never come on you either.
I'll tell you, between the three of y'all, I always say that y'all are super solid because what I see a lot of times is you'll have people that put themselves in a leadership role or an educator's role, but you want something from us. You coming for us. You being a profiteer, like a spiritual war profiteer. You know what I'm saying? But these three men, y'all be for your people. Y'all be with the people. Y'all don't just be behind a computer screen or on a live. You know what I'm saying? Y'all
videos.
always, you know what I'm saying? Like y'all be here with the people. That was one of the first things I noticed. I was like, oh, Blue was over here bending. He was right here cooking.
That's
like,
right.
they here. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Yeah. Know the ledge. Back when both of y'all had the short hair and the blacked out glasses. It was looking like this.
Know the ledge, that's a fact.
Know the ledge, that's right.
You know, shout out to the brothers. So all I can say, you know, that was something to have that level of care, that level of protection, the knowledge, the teachings, the way I'm able to apply the teachings to even Mercury retrograde. Like I just controlling emotions, all of that.
Yeah.
So I'm always like, why would our people flee from something like this?
Everything that is going to free us must be demonized. And every person who has anything that is going to free us must be demonized. That's why the conscious community is now being laughed at because they made it into a joke.
Right.
Because they don't want to be attracted to it.
Right.
There's truth in every area and aspect of it. But they put the improper representatives out front. They pay certain people to say, I represent this or that.
Right.
And then once they get all they can from you, then they make you look crazy.
Right.
Or you bunch of hotels.
Yes.
A bunch of peace, crystals, and sage Negroes.
Right.
When peace is a beautiful thing and crystals and sage is magnificent.
Right.
When the hell did that become a problem?
That's
when
right.
The wrong people who were the wrong representatives became the leaders of something that they know nothing about themselves.
Yes.
So at that point, I want it to be very clear. When we see the community of consciousness or those who are aware of things that we ourselves should be aware of, the Most High Elijah Muhammad, Prophet Muhammad Ali, the Honorable Messiah Guardian, all the way down, including all the sisters, Mother Tinetta Muhammad, who's part of the Mercury retrograde, Dr. Ava Muhammad, Allah be pleased. His sisters with the minds that destroy the weakness of men. All of these things, you have to make sure to find the good that connects all of us. Because one thing that I do not participate in is this effeminate game banging in the name of consciousness.
Oh wow. So I called it intellectual magneto fighting.
Ooh, I like that.
Because when you sitting there
Man, she painted the picture right there.
Yeah.
Intellectual man.
Bingo. That's what that is.
But that's what it is, because when you're watching them, you like, so we just gonna go back and forth all day, and we don't want this open enemy that's destroying us, and having our women objectify themselves, and having our men become so feminized that they don't even really want to be men anymore. They're walking around with a full beard and a dress on. But y'all want to sit here and debate with each other about where it's serious and all this other stuff, and what are the Anunnaki at?
What to call ourselves?
Just say it. Just say it. So I do hope that we start to see this programming. I mean, even when we go back to Nations, one thing that somebody said to me when they see me posted, they said, so you joined the cult? That's the first thing they say, you joined the cult. And I was like, well, and it made me think about your book. So chapter 10 of your book, you talked about knowing the definition of words.
Yes.
Because these words, I mean, really, when we think of it, who was it that really put it out, definition as a cult? Who was it that really painted that picture? It was the mainstream media.
Correct.
It wasn't the people that you see next door to yourself, right? It was the movies. The only things that you can see are movies, videos, but nobody even really knew what the teachings were. So I kind of want to go back to that word cult. I did look up the definition. And I shall read it. Because you want to be right, exact. A system of religious veneration and devotion directed towards a particular figure or object. A relatively small group of people having religious beliefs or practices regarded by others as strange or sinister. Also, a recognized autonomous branch of the Christian church. Lastly, a misplaced or excessive admiration for a particular person or thing.
First definition when it comes to a worship of a thing or person. How many of y'all got iPhones?
Yeah, all of us.
You're
Right.
an adult.
iPhone, Apple cult.
How many Apple cult? We all been Apple.
Right. Right.
For the same time.
Right.
13 times.
13. Going on 14.
That's cool. How many sisters that we know gotta have a birthday? Gotta have red bottoms. You are in the cult.
How many gotta have a lace front?
Ouch.
Directed millions of people, whether directly or indirectly. You're talking about a man who was inspired to where his tangible results resulted in an over $18 million economic system in the 60s. You're talking about a man who had airplanes, who had transportation systems, who had fish importation, who had farms, schools, businesses all across the country. You're telling me that is a damn cult. How many people did he tell drink the Kool-Aid?
None of us.
Let's be real here.
None of us.
But you
They said going to Stone Mountain was a cult.
Give 2 or 3 or 4 names about you. About a black man who quite literally is doing and has done and is continuing to do through his students the very work that this enemy will never inspire you to do.
Yes.
He did it.
Yes.
That's just the fact. Now you can say whatever is religious belief or whatever. Okay, we'll move that out of the way. Look at the economic plan.
That's right.
Of the Most High Mom. Look at the health plan, because to be very frank, just like Brother Bobby Dick Gregory,
Right.
and I'll be pleased, when he was interviewed, he said, the reason why you see members of the Nation of Islam look like no other people, they have a shine that is different from everybody else.
Right.
They have all of this youth in them. Why? He said because a man named the Most High Muhammad told them to eat 1 meal a day.
That's right.
Told them to fast 3 days out of every month.
That's right.
Told them to fast in the month of Ramadan. Stay away from so many different foods. He wrote a 2-part book called How to Eat to Live. Part 1 and 2. You have brothers and sisters who follow that look 30 years younger
That's right.
than their actual age.
That's right.
Depending on what it is.
That's right.
So it's like, wait, let's just say that, okay, Muhammad University of Islam, he created schools. Him and Sister Claire Muhammad. You're talking about sisters and brothers, black men and women working together, sacrifice. The teachers got arrested and brought to jail.
Right.
Because they refused to indoctrinate our people into this system's mentality.
That's right.
How many of us really understand where the independent schooling came from in America?
That's right.
The Most High Muhammad heavily was involved into why there are charter schools, independent schools, you name it, in America. So again, let's make this very clear. Who the hell are you listening to? And do they have the results as it pertains to helping to resurrect your people in the very communities that they're telling you to stay away from? Where the Nation of Islam is heavily present in. We gotta stop listening to these people. Because the first question I ask when anybody is saying something to me negative about somebody else is, what do they have that you want? It's one thing, or what are they doing that you're not doing?
Right.
I promise you, don't nobody come to me and speak no negativity about nobody, because I go straight to you.
Right.
I know what it feels like to be lied on and slandered and all these things. So I'm like, wait a minute, what are you doing for the community, bro?
Exactly.
Answer that to me, because I ain't seen you no damn way.
Right.
Don't ever come over here. And I want y'all to understand this. This energy you feeling off me, I live this.
Yes.
I know what it feels like and what it looks like to work with brothers and sisters who give their life for this. It is not a game. So these cameras are made for people who are addicted to being a whores for attention.
That's right. Teach.
Please don't fall into that game. So I know it was a very, that was a big answer.
It's
real. And question is real.
So you recently were at the Revolt Summit.
Yes.
Today.
Yes.
You were on the panel to talk about reparations.
Interestingly enough, they had.
We were talking about comparing the ills of slavery and
Yes.
Jim Crow.
Red line.
Okay. So how was that experience today?
It was interesting.
Because it was on the panel. It was Killer Mike.
Killer Mike was
I'm
on
always
there.
gonna remember that from A-Town.
There you go.
So Killer Mike.
Killer Mike was on there. Van Lathan was on there. Tiffany Figueroa was on there. Our sister Alexander, first lady.
All stars.
Erica Alexander, the actress, our sister, who does beautiful work when it comes
Different
to
world.
already.
Okay.
Tiffany Figueroa was there, and of course our brother Tariq Nasheed
All right.
and your brother Rizza Islam. Yeah, it was a party.
That was nice.
It
That
was
was
a party.
nice.
It was interesting. I would say the experience was, I was never asleep. I was born knowing consciousness. I knew nothing else. I was born in this. It felt like for the first time that I was going to sleep for a second. And I'm just no disrespect to recall. But I am very much so
We try to choose you with them words.
I'm telling you.
To
To say faith is one thing, right? To say faithness is one thing, and this, no, but I mean,
That's right.
when you're in an environment that thrives on people being asleep,
Right.
and when you step into that environment, as if when you go to war, the atmosphere changes.
Right.
And so either you succumb to it or you run away from it. Or you're in there battling internally. It's like going to college after being completely indoctrinated into consciousness, and now they're telling you Christopher Columbus discovered America. And Jesus is a white man. This is what you must learn. It doesn't work. It's cognitive dissonance, but in a positive way. I felt that. Which is why I lashed out properly.
Okay.
Because it made no damn sense. How are you so commercial?
Right.
You talk so well.
Right.
But everybody's up there. What the hell are you doing? Do you know what conversation we're having? Why didn't you put a flyer out with my face on?
Real talk.
No, this is real. We know. And we know.
Real talk.
But why invite me?
Right.
For the views? For more sponsors? Or to just be able to say, listen, he can't say we didn't invite him.
Right.
See, listen, this is
For the
the
clout.
sick, twisted nonsense of a bastardized world that you're trying to get into.
Yeah.
I'm not interested in it. I've never been interested in it. That's why they try to ban your brother in so many places. But it don't matter. Because the commercialized, weak, nonsensical, effeminate, buck-broken Negroes ain't doing it for nobody no more. Nobody wants you. You're not attracted. Just the word
To the
is one
state.
thing. But that energy is what the people feeling.
Right.
So like, well, damn, okay, at least we can bring them in to get some more views. No. After that, they like, we need to bring them again. Of course, you're going to have to. Because the shift is happening. The veil is lifting. We're being resurrected in a way where it hasn't happened probably in the last 6,000 years.
Yeah.
So reparations being by far the most heavy and important topic, I would say, out of the entire weekend that they've had topics, which they have some beautiful panels, lots of panels. But if we were Chinese, that would be the main panel.
Right.
If we were Jewish, that would be the main panel.
Right.
We're talking about what our ancestors went through that got us to the point to where we could shuck and jive.
Right.
If that's what the hell we're gonna do.
Right.
And you mean to tell me this was the least promoted? The flyer that was created with all of us on it didn't get released until 3 hours before the panel? My flyer wasn't released at all.
At all.
You see, now again, shout out to Revolt, appreciate you. But get it together.
But y'all tripping.
Very much so.
No, real talk. Because I'm looking and I'm like, why didn't I see the brother out here at all? So really what you did was you gave us a bone to say, well look, I brought the break Rizza on so y'all can feel like we about the people. We got you. It was almost like, let me just throw this little bit in. But see, I feel like this, and I mean, I love everybody to death, but I'm going to say what I want to say because I can. I feel like those are a lot of people that y'all is part of the problem to me. You know what I'm saying? Because anybody who really knows y'all, we know how you really move. You can move however you want to on camera, and you can talk about positive vibes only on camera, but we know what happens when you get at home. We know what happens when you go to the parties and you gotta get the phone taken away. You know what I'm saying? So it tells us everything when you bring someone like the brother Rizza Islam to your panel or to your summit and you don't even promote him. You don't even promote a panel talking about reparations, but isn't the revolt supposed to be something that is supposed to be like a meeting to uplift our people, to get our people? So why are you not promoting that? You promoting all these other shows with, what's her name? I ain't gonna say nobody's name, but you promoting shows with people that personify the images that we don't want to see our sisters in.
Right.
That's all I saw on the revolt page on Instagram when I was watching it. So it's cute that you brought the brother on. It's cute that you want to talk about reparations because that's what everybody's talking about this year anyway. It's just a hot topic and you saw that that's what people are voting on. So you're like, oh, let's act like we're here. But y'all, I feel like we need to have our own things outside of people that are commercialized like that. You know, power to them, that's great, but it's still a very commercialized platform. So if we want to really talk about stuff for the people, we have to have platforms for the people. That's it. That's that. And so I feel like, yay, I'm glad that they brought you there.
Yeah.
I am glad they brought you there.
Absolutely.
But next time, you need a little bit more than that.
You know what, again, I appreciate the invitation.
Yes, very appreciated.
I do. But
I speak for myself, buddy.
right, no, listen, if you want the truth, you want it. If you don't, you don't. And again, that's why I'm okay with being banned from places that are not sincere. I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Because you're showing me and everyone else who and what you truly are and what your motive is.
Right.
I'm okay with that.
Right.
But just know the people are not going to be asleep for too
They're
long.
not. The people are the
You
reason
know
why
what
I
it
see
is,
this.
too? Hey, I want to say, you know what it is?
What is?
A lot of people like to have conversations. It sounds good to talk about things, But then when you have a brother like him come on a platform like that, he gonna start talking about the solution, and that's what they don't want to hear.
Right.
They don't want somebody talking about moving and doing something.
Trauma.
They want to just keep having
Trauma
a
bond.
conversation because it look good.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying?
It
So
is.
that's what it is.
Yes.
Yeah, it's an irritant. Let's just put it that way. It's like a brother from the hood going to a farmer who's been used to farming his whole life. And all his brother been used to is just running the block. And he like, here, get this shovel, let's go to work. Like, but shovel? I don't know about you. Like, brother, get the shovel. You said you about that work.
Right.
I'm not about that work. I'm about the other.
I'm about the-
Like, come get to work. See, we're built different. We're just built different. That's all. I'm not wired that way. I can't sit there and you're talking in a way that is so appeasing to someone's ear who I know we shouldn't even be trying to appease in the first place. Who are you talking to?
Right.
The few black folks in here or the few white folks in here? Who are you talking to? Our ancestors don't give a damn about anyone's approval.
Right.
I don't understand. But the only way you can talk in such a way that is so soft and disconnected is if you are disconnected from your very own DNA itself.
Yeah.
You have died in a way where you literally are not connected. You can't even talk with bass in your voice. If you do, it's up against your own brother. That's the only time.
Right.
I mean, I'm just telling y'all, again, this is not an act. Y'all know mine. You know this. You know, but it's really an irritant. So when I got there, I appreciate it. But I was just like, oh, niggas don't stop playing. Stop playing these games. I mean, really, you know, you cry over Queen Elizabeth, but you're not crying over your own ancestors. Man, I don't get there.
You're not crying over Muammar Gaddafi.
Seriously, please.
Just saying.
Well, you can say what you want here.
I need to order a taco.
So, okay, we're gonna go back. Let me circle back. Because we almost just on a tangent real quick. But I kind of feel like I did. I have a habit, y'all. I call it like I just have chronic foot and mouth disease. But I just have a habit. Like sometimes when I see foolishness, I have to speak on it. And you know, it is what it is. I love myself regardless. But chapter 9 in your book, it says, "Argue when we are free." And that's the whole chapter.
Yeah, the shortest chapter.
That was the chapter.
It's-
Argue when you're free.
Yeah, the title of the chapter. You got it. Okay, so the title of chapter 9 of my book is "Argue Over Religion
That's
After
it.
We're Free."
Yes.
The only word in there is period.
Period.
And by the book.
Yes.
And
So I kind of I want to transmute that into everything that we argue about and everything that we go back and forth about. And I really, wait, you know what? I remembered what I wanted to ask you before he started talking, and I really want to do that. Just love me the way I am.
Go ahead.
But no, you were talking about our people awakening, right?
Yes.
And what I've noticed, especially being here at Black Ink, is that it's people in our communities that have like awakened to abilities, but it's like the most unwoke people. It's the people that they don't meditate, they eat meat, like they do all of the things that you're not supposed to do, but you still have, it's like our nature or something, our natural nature has woken up. And so that being said, how do you think that we can, what's the word I want to use? Utilize that to really transmute our people without it seeming like we're forcing them.
Make it safe for them to apply what it is that they have now come into. Make it safe for them to do that without judging, without forcing some ideology, without saying, okay, call yourself this. No, make it safe for them, just like you're making this space safe for us. Make it safe for them and help them by guiding them. Don't force it. Where do you feel most comfortable, brother or sister? What is it that you now feel? What is your calling now? What mission do you feel like you need to be on now? Okay, let me connect you with this brother, this sister, this group, etc. We have everything we need.
Right.
But just sometimes we have this little vested interest where we want people to, do things for us or our group. No, if it doesn't match your part of the mission, then bring it to someone whose mission it does match. So just make it safe for them. Because I'll say this, we have a lot of brothers and sisters coming out of jail, coming into new levels of wealth, all kinds of things, and they don't know what to do with it. There's different things that they're coming into different higher levels of awareness, and they're trying to figure out how to guide it, where to go with it. Make it safe for them, help them, but at the same time, don't prejudge nobody.
Yeah.
Just don't. These brothers tatted, whole body tatted from nose all the way down, who know more about history than a lot of us do.
Yeah.
Who know more about the chakra system,
Yeah.
who knows so much about the stratosphere and the entire universe and its makeup, and they can rattle down the Supreme Wisdom or the 120s, or they know about this ancient book of this, and it's like, how in the world? See, don't prejudge none of us, because in our deoxyribonucleic acid, in our DNA, our melanin code that connects to the very universe itself, it activates all the time.
Yeah.
But every single individual, it activates at a specific time. So we can't, we're not all on the same page because all of us have different pieces of the mission. So mine may activate today, yours may activate tomorrow. But when it happens, you'll see it. And those who need to be connected will start to connect. It's magnetic, it's mathematics. That's how it goes.
Yeah, I thought about that because I had a guest on my show, and I'm going to have him come on. I want to do a bill with Brother Blue and another end with Rich Mo, but his name is Watch the Drip. And when you look at Drip,
oh yeah, I heard about it.
Yeah, you be like, okay. But I'm like, he blew me away because of just blew me away, right? The consciousness and the understanding and talking about, he was like, well, no, I dress like this, I wear these because that's what they relate to.
Yeah.
Like he was so smart.
Yes.
And so I want to really start to get that going with us where we're bridging the gap and starting to talk to people, because a lot of people is away with me all the time. They come to me all the time and they're like, look at this me, like I see 11:11. So yeah, we're gonna go on a break in just a minute, Rich Mo, just to let you know to be ready. But yeah, that's something I really want to get into where we're starting to bridge the gap, and I feel like we're the gap bridger. Yes, but we need another platform other than remote now.
Definitely.
I don't know, maybe I should create one.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna take a little break. We're gonna listen to some music real quick. Rich Mo, are you ready?
Get up, y'all.
So we're gonna have. So first, we're gonna play just a little. We gotta pay some bills, a little commercial, but we also are gonna hear another song by another brother from the nation. His name is Golden Child. This song that we're about to hear from him has been, everybody goes crazy with this. Everybody, just getting played on the radio station every day now. Yes. So, in a minute. Yeah, we got them all.
Peace, y'all. Peace. Yeah. So we're just giving y'all a preview of the interview that we're doing with a brother Rizza Islam. You could see that on Black Ink Radio. For the people talking about turn the chair around, the official interview is on Black Ink Radio. If you if you want to see his face, if you want to look at his face and read his lips, yeah, that part. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, so we're just giving you a preview. We in the royal chamber, anyone, either one, peace. All right, peace, King. Yes, sir. Yes. It's kind of lit, so I gotta go ahead and do my 1-2, and thank y'all for tapping in. But we'll see you on Melanin Monday. You dig? Love and light. Peace.